Previously on TMNT 978.
They're just sitting in my room, rotting, so I'm gonna give this one away. What you need to do is
click the videos, click the fucking videos, baby.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
TMNT 978 Chill Review.
hello everyone, TMNT 978. Right now I'm reviewing the Target NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2-packs, all of them. And right up front, before I move this Black Panther display I made a while ago and never took down, here we see that the turtles do scale well with Marvel Legends because the original turtles were short. They're only slightly shorter than the SH Figure Arts turtle right there. And their articulation isn't too bad. You'll see that. Let me get into this. But even before that, even like the foot soldiers, they are not that much taller than these female Marvel Legends right there. So they're typical male Marvel Legends height. So these are like 6-inch figures when normally NECA does like a 7-inch scale. We're going to start things off with the Donatello and Krang 2-pack right here. Here's the box art right there. Package artwork right there. And here's the stuff on the back. Now, this bio is the same on every single box, so read that, and that's all you need to see there. Inside of the packaging, they have this backdrop. You could use it as like a little dial if you want, because it looks like it's a steal from the actual cartoon. So there you are with that. Starting things off small, here is Krang. Now, if I didn't get all of these sets all at once, I probably would feel a little bit gypped as far as this set right here, because Krang is this set is the most least involved. You get the least amount of things, but they know people want Krang. He is nicely painted. I kind of don't like the little orange hue that they put on there. I don't like that. It's kind of two-tone. Even though they're billing these as like the cartoon turtles, these are still based upon the video game design, so they still painted it a little bit two-tone like the 16-bit arcade game. Now, he does have articulation. The arm does move right here. It's actually on a double ball post. If it wasn't on that double ball post, you would not be able to get this amount of range at least. One of his accessories is this little stool that he used to have when he's waiting for Shredder to build him a body. That can actually plug into here. It doesn't seem to plug in secure, but he's on there enough. So he used to just sit like this and use his little tentacle arms to propel himself around. Unfortunately, they're not long enough to get down there, but it still does a good job at what it needs to do. I guess you have to angle that a certain way so he won't fall over. But his major accessory is this little thing right here. This was right before he got his full on upgrade. Well painted. That's the thing about these sets. Now, for the cheap people out there, and I am cheap too, even though I got these. But oh yeah, shout out to Matt the bot supplier for finding the other 3 sets I needed and helping me get it. But anywho, here's this. They are very well detailed. That's where the money is going. All these things are fully painted, like fully painted. It might look like flat gray, but it's covered in paint. That's paint. It's panel line all over. And look at this detail right there. That looks like an actual hatch. It does not open. Controls and whatnot. Nice details inside there. Articulation it has. This can move right here. This moves. And this right here is kind of loose. And the feet do rotate. This one seems to rotate more. So if you don't want the 2 toes in the front, you can flip it around. That's that. He does have this opening door. Why? Because Krang can sit in there. Now, this pin does not want to keep that up. It's not tight at all. But To get him in there, you need to pop his arms off the little ball socket, and here is, like I said, the double ball post right there. We sit him in here. There is no like molded in grooves for his little chin tentacles. That was an afterthought, I think. So there's like nothing in here molded in to keep him actually in place. So it's like you got to play around with it and then just shut that. Now we can take his arms and plug them into these sockets. So he's in there, don't rattle him around, and he still has access to some limited articulation right there. So that is it for him. He is cool, not nothing too spectacular because he wasn't too spectacular in the cartoon. Now Donatello, Figma. This is a Figma stand that it's on, and Shredder was on a Tamashii Stage Act 4 Bandai. Google and Amazon are your friends when it comes to things like that. Anyhow, what these turtles are going for more than the SH turtles is they look like the initial turtles, like the pilot turtles from the opening animated sequence and whatnot. So they're always like looking up and looking stern and whatnot, unlike what they actually look like in the cartoon. But every single one of these turtles is kind of looking up. Now, considering they're short, I guess that's accurate. But yeah, the paintwork, the panel lining and whatnot to make them look like they came out of the comic. I know it was probably to make them look more toony, but it kind of make them look more comic book to me. But yeah, their articulation, they have more articulation than meets the eye. Like I was saying about paint all over and video game aesthetic, they are still two-tone. It's not digital looking or 16-bit blocky looking, but it is still two-tone. He has the darker green paint right there and on the back of the arm, and you see all the panel lines and whatnot. These are fully painted, the knee pads. Unfortunately, on a few of these, that paint can get on the green of the skin. This actually separates in the middle to make it easier to put into the hands so you don't break it, and to get it to go through this right here without breaking it. Like trying to get it through there like all as one cohesive piece. And yeah, this is just round, so that should just plug in there and rotate to your liking or whatever. I'm gonna shove it up a bit, and it's not like a straight up and down stick. It is like asymmetrical. But let's get into his articulation, and this is the only one I'm going to show articulation on. He has a ball at the base of the neck, so the neck can rock forward. It's a ball on the head, so the head can come down with it. But using the neck, he can look up about that much right there. You can get tilts and whatnot, and of course rotate. The bandana is rotatable. It's on a long peg. This is way better than the SH Figure Arts. Each one of them has a different bandana. Like as you can see right here with Raphael's, his are bigger than Donatello's right there. Shoulders, go out to there. Of course, rotate all the way around, bumps into the shell. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, unfortunately. That's the one thing holding him back, or one of the one things holding him back. And it's still even, well, no. It's only a single joint. It rotates because of the peg. This hand goes up and down on Donnie. I'm thinking Donnie is the only one that actually has hands like this. Maybe it's for better bow staff wielding. What about, yeah. These hands go up and down. I'm going to have to look at Leonardo. Maybe Leonardo has that. It actually has a separate waist joint, so you can rock this. It's like on a ball joint, and you can turn it around like that, just like SH. And they did mold in a turtle booty for whatever reason, just like on SH. This is soft like SH. Soft up here on SH to try to make it not hinder so much when you crunch the arms in. Unlike SH, it doesn't have a butterfly joint, but depending on how you bend it, that is a nice bend in, as you can see right there. Legs go out to here, rotate right here. It would have been nice after getting used to the SH figure arts if they had dropped down hips. That would have helped for the posability, because as you can see, if you put it up like this comes right there. So yeah, and unfortunately this is weird. You can still move them independently, but each and every one of them, and now it's not gonna, each and every one of them does this right here. They do have double jointed knees, but the foot unfortunately is on a ball. I hate that. I hate when ankles are on a ball. You can get somewhat of an ankle pivot. Let me try something. Yeah, this is his widest stance, and I'm not even gonna say, it doesn't look like it, but the foot is flat on the floor. Glen Webb. They do have peg holes on the bottom of the feet. That's what the bottom of the feet look like. There is some of those legal markings and whatnot under there. And he does come with two hands like this. Besides his regular hands where the fingers are kind of clenched, he does come with this open hand right here. And you know what this is. They packed it with him, but that helps Raphael hold his side like this. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of that in this set right here, because his other two accessories is a turtle com, a closed turtle com, and here it is open right here. Very nicely painted and detailed. Everything is nicely painted and detailed. So like I keep saying, that's where the money went. I guess with this more open hand, you can have him hold it like that, but you should be able to do that with these. These hands are more clenched. Come on. And they are not all that pliable. But he can still hold it, as you can see. He comes with the open turtle con and the closed one. Raphael doesn't come with either one. So you have to collect all the sets to get 4 of these. Mikey comes with the closed one, and Leo comes with an open one, to be more specific about that. So I won't even have to show that. Here's Raphael and foot soldiers packaging right here. They do show a sword, but neither one of these foot soldiers come with a sword. I'm going to show off each of the turtles briefly because the quote tech checker, they're basically the same. But anyway, he has a sneer on the right side of his face. If you weren't paying attention, Donatello didn't have a sneer at all. It's painted and panel lined the same. His eyes are slightly different than Donnie's. As you can see, all of them have this. Have that on the belt. This is kind of like smeared. So some of these figures aren't like perfectly painted. They have like slight imperfections, unfortunately. And I mentioned the knee pad rub off on the legs. But he comes with this slice of pizza. It's somewhere between realistic and cartoony, I guess, just because of how the paint shading is. But it looks more realistic than anything. Like, it even has like layers in the crust right there. Like I said, his bandana seems to be huge, rotates it in all these directions right there. His side, fully painted. Like, they put gray paint over this. If it's not gray paint, it sure looks like it, with the brown paint on top of that even. They're only the tiniest bit pliable, so it's scary putting it in there or in his regular hands, which he did come with basically these hands right here, and he came with this pointing finger right there. He did not come with that hand. Donatello came with that hand. Same articulation. Next, we move to the first foot soldier. Looks appropriately goofy looking. Two-tone paint scheme, just like the turtles. Hunchback right there. He has these like straps underneath of the armpits. I didn't even notice that, and I played with this one. Or maybe I was playing with the other one more, and maybe that one didn't have arm straps. Let me see. Let's just bring both of them out right now. They do both have the same straps. They are completely identical. There's nothing changed about them. Their facial expression is the same. I like them being on there because the turtles could beat them up and blow them up. Now this one does have a deeper cut on the nose, so if I got them mixed up, I could probably tell the difference because he does have a darker mark on his nose. This is the one that comes with Michelangelo. But to stay on Raphael, this is what he looks like. He comes with this blaster, which is fully painted. Again, I can't believe I'm having action figures that are like this that are completely painted. I mean, a lot of figures are fully painted, but the paint on this is different than your typical paint because they tried to make it look like a cartoon. I pretend that this is the retro mutagen gun, the gun that Shredder had in the video game, but he came with it. He also came with this long blaster right here, which is something else they would have had on the cartoon and video game. Scope inside of that scope is purple. On the front is purple again. Red, nicely painted. The hands that he comes packaged with are the fist. They go in and out. These hands go in and out, the grabbing hand. And he also comes with this open palm hand, which is very detailed, as you can see right there. If you don't remember the cartoon, they even put the knuckles in there, so nice. These things were very goofy looking. They didn't talk, and they were highly stupid and got beat up easy. Articulation. Head can look up that much, which is a lot considering he's hunched. Come down, left and right, only that much because of the way his neck is shaped. Arms do not go up very high. It is very tight and difficult and scary even. They can rotate, biceps swivel, double jointed elbows only bend that much. No forearm swivel or anything. Only has a waist swivel. Shredder has more than this. Like, there's some play there, but yeah, Shredder has more, so get ready for that. The legs can kick all the way out to the side due to these universal hips right there. Like, this is what it looks like back here, just plain regular. You can kick forward that much, kick all the way back, swivel, double jointed knees, calf rotation, and toe joint right there is pretty stiff. But once again, the ball joints, that is frustrating. So their widest stance is very lacking. Like, in fact, it looks lifted up, but trust me, they are flat. I keep pushing it down and it's not moving. He has peg holes on the bottom of his feet as well. Michelangelo's artwork. This is when I used to draw the Ninja Turtles back in the 80s. That's pretty much the face I used to draw. Might have been the early 90s. But yeah. Let's get his foot soldier out of the way. Same exact thing like I showed, but he comes with this long blaster right there. I guess it used to shoot like energy waves out or something like that. Like I said, fully once again painted. Like, I could, even on this gray, even though it's not, it looks like plastic, but I can see multiple tones of gray right there on that. So yeah, lots of panel lining. Plastic feels, it feels decent enough. But the way these things feel, They feel like old school action figures. The plastic is heavy. They didn't cheap out at all. So let me pick up a Marvel Legends. I don't know. These feel way more solid, especially in the torso. It doesn't feel hollow like I know some of this torso is. Michelangelo, he has like a tiny little smirk right there, and he's once again looking up like everybody else. His bandana is the same size as Donatello's, but it's reversed. Like, flip it this way. No. I'm stupid. It's because they're looking at each other. They're exactly the same. Just one is orange. There are no weapon holders on him, just like there weren't on Raphael. But let's see. I haven't tried this. You can store it there if you want, so that's cool. I believe there is some play behind here. And did I just freaking break this thing? Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Yeah, I did just break this. Jesus, that was simple to do. I don't even see where the little chain. Oh, here it is. Oh man. That thing just came right off, but I guess I can super glue it. Anywho, he came with the most freaking accessories. Like, you can pop this off. Come on, you. Intentionally. And now we can apply this right here, and it gives off the look that he's twirling the nunchucks right there. Like, even in still pictures and whatnot, if you don't have his other arm looking dumb. But yeah, I am bummed out about that a little bit, but I do have super glue, and that should go on hopefully. It does come with 2 thumbs up hands, and every hand has some type of hinge. You might have to warm these up because they get stiff on you. And he comes with this, like I mentioned, and he does have his little grappling hook thing right here, which is covered in tape. I haven't messed with this, but let's see. That opens up, and he has the rope right there. I don't even want to mess with this. You get the picture. I pretty much showed it's pretty much the same as the SH1, and I did that review, so you get the picture. Leonardo and Shredder's packaging right here. Just like the SH, he is sneering on both sides, so I'm guessing this must be true to the original toys. I'm gonna guess that both of them had a sneer like that. Anywho, this is what he looks like. Same exact articulation and whatnot. He has the bigger bandana, and let's see. His is different from Mikey's and Donnie's, so they cheaped out on Donnie's. But to show you, because I haven't, these just pull straight out like that on a peg. So here is his sword storage. It is hard as crap to get the swords in there, and yes, this brown paint does rub, or brown plastic, whatever it is. No, it's painted. It rubs off on the sword, so I wouldn't stick them in beyond this point. And you can, to show you, pose him holding the swords right there. They are actually sharp on the tip. While I was just moving him around, they was poking my hands. But these are fully painted. One thing I don't like is that little hollow divot on the bottom and top. That makes this look so cheap. But of course, he can hold his hand. Hold his sword, and he does have the roll of the dice just like Donnie has. And here he is with both of his swords. He has 2 open palm hands, and he comes with the closed communicator. That's it for him. And the last guy, Shredder. Shredder I probably like the most out of this set. Yeah, not probably. I like him the most. He has this fabric goods or soft goods cape. No bendy wire or anything, but I really like that. That was the most exciting thing. But he has some cool things about him. Like for instance right here, this whole thing, this is tightly compressed pliable plastic over top of his inner body. Like I move this and you can see his skin right there. You can actually see his belly button. So I know if I were to cut this, he would have a fully molded and defined body underneath of here. In fact, you can see the muscle definition in his abs underneath of here better than that. So that's cool. That's a very cool detail that they didn't even have to do. I think his butt is just like the foot soldiers. So to a certain extent, let me get the foot soldiers back out here. I think all of them share the same legs, basically. Of course, the arms are going to be different. And I think he has the same body as the comic book version, but the head and certain other attributes are different. He even has the swivel right here, but mine seem to be fused right here. So I'm going to have to warm that up, I guess. Here's the back of his little tunic or whatever, which is different from the foot soldiers. His articulation is similar to the foot soldiers, but he does have this ball right here, so it can rock and it makes it easier to get certain poses. I wish it was stronger or more dynamic. I wish he had one right there, but let me show you this. These spikes on the shoulders, they're attached to the shoulder, so they do move and get out the way. And all these spikes are super duper crazy pliable. They're all soft, so you won't get hurt. Do that. He has all types of panel line and whatnot. Double jointed elbows. One thing that kind of bugged me at first is the way this was attached to the arm. I guess it makes sense, but it sort of seemed like it was on there at an angle. As you can see, he does have this sword right here, and his face is highly cartoon accurate. His neck, he can look down that much and look up. I believe his neck is stationary. Like, you won't be able to see because yeah, there it is. They painted the top of his collar. All types of details and whatnot that you wouldn't necessarily normally see, they took care of. And that is very, very cool. I didn't show off the leg articulation just because it's the same thing as the foot soldiers. You can do the full splits and double jointed knees and all that, blah, 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 weak ankles. Other things he comes with is this gel right here to keep his cape from going bad. I'm only telling you about that because if you are crazy enough to spend $50 on this for your kid, they might eat that. So don't let them do that. He comes with this mutagen canister right here, which is two-toned. I guess the two-tone thing is that I guess they felt like that's how shading was on a cartoon. Or maybe the video game. I don't think it opens up or anything. He came packaged with these two fists right there. Same deal. These are super crazy soft rubbery feeling. He has the handle holding hand right here, which is good for his swords. And he does have two of these dynamic hands. I really like them for poses and whatnot. I was having so much fun like rotating the hand in like that and doing stuff like this. So yeah, it would have been nicer if he had like butterfly joints, a stronger ab crunch, but it is definitely good. And the thing you probably really want to see, here's what he looks like next to an SH Figure Arts turtle. So yes, it's in scale. Now he does have way more detail and paint than a SH Figure Arts turtle, but I'd look away from that. I mean, yeah. And to show you, here's what he looks like with his turtles right there. Stand up, you. So, that's how short he is next to this turtle right there. Well, that's how short the turtle is next to Shredder. You know what I'm talking about. And my throat hurts. Oh my god. I almost forgot one more thing. He comes with his communicator so he can talk to Krang right here. Or so Krang can get on his nerves, asking him about his body. And oh god, I wish my throat wasn't like it is right now. Here we go, that. So, yeah, nicely detailed front and back like every other accessory in here. The paint is so good. So here's everyone in a group action shot, I guess. I don't have them up against each other, but just wanted you to see all of them in like some sort of action-y pose. Of course, you can get more involved in this, but I'm sick of filming right now. I'm sick of talking. But I'm happy with this set. Mostly I'm happy with the Leonardo and Shredder set. I'm going to be honest with you. If you have the SH Figure Arts Turtles, that's all you need. And maybe the Donatello and Krang set. But if you want these foot soldiers, you have no choice but to collect the whole thing. And it is cool to have them up against a rack of villains, even though Krang isn't much of a villain. Anywho, I'm happy with this set. I think they're worth what they're worth because of all the paint and whatnot and all the accessories. Maybe they could have cheaped out on one of them, the Donatello and Krang, made that like a starter set, make that in at a lower price point. But you got to do what you got to do when you're a collector. Anywho, I like them. I can suggest them. My complaints are minimal. Be careful with Michelangelo's nunchucks. But anyway, until next time, TMNT out of here. Thank you for watching.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click the